Hello, everyone from Chelsea Fan TV. I hope you're all doing very well. Welcome back to a post-match pod the day after Chelsea beat LAFC 2-0 in Atlanta in the Mercedes-Benz Stadium. Listen, obviously, I'm presuming you will watch the game. I hope so.
I couldn't be asked for it.
I fell asleep in the first half after Neto goal.
Mate, it's the first time. I reckon that must be the first time.
Why are you doing the podcast, Father, if you didn't watch the game?
No. Honestly, it's like
He just wants to be involved, man.
Yeah, allow it. Yeah.
No. All jokes aside, it was that dull. To be fair, it was that dull. Like,
by the way, when was the last time any of you lot turned on Channel 5?
No, never.
Like that. How mad is that?
Hey, mine's still going, man. I forgot it was even on that.
Yeah. Like, I haven't turned that on for years.
So nobody's watched it on the Zone. They've just been watching it on Channel 5.
It's dual coverage. It's the same coverage.
Yeah.
What did the Zone get out of it though? I don't understand.
Exposure. That's why.
But you're watching Channel 5.
Yeah, but
the Zone have all of them. Channel 5 don't have all of them.
Don't have all the games. Yeah.
They just have like a select, maybe like just the English things or something like that.
Chelsea matches, I would say.
Basically, yeah.
I'm with you. Well, I guess I'll start with myself because I'm out here, and then we'll talk about the game as well.
Probably more people in this podcast than in the stadium, isn't there?
Yeah, sorry, what's that, mate?
Probably more people in this podcast now than they were there last night.
Don't know if you can see.
It's too shiny.
I can see a bit of light in the background. There's like a flash.
Like you're in heaven.
No, we can't see it, Bryce.
I'm in heaven.
That's like a flash. That's like a flash of sign in the Mercedes-Benz behind it.
How did you see that?
That's the stadium right there.
Yeah, because I don't know, because I feel like I go with that vision.
Fair enough. You got better eyesight than all of us. I respect it.
Yeah,
Father, you know the stadium was there because before we started streaming, I showed you the stadium.
Hey,
fraudulent.
My eyesight's better, isn't it? My eyesight's better.
Yeah.
I give you too much credit sometimes. You know that.
All right. Let's talk about the game. Obviously, first of all, when you're watching it on Channel 5 or the Zone or wherever you're watching it, how did it look to you? And then we'll
it looked like it was one of them lockdown games.
Yeah, really
slow. Had it behind closed doors and everything.
I feel like we're trying to. I think we're trying to play their pace as well, like slow football. Like, even though I feel like that stadium itself is an artificial pitch as well, by the way. So and also that maybe the players are kind of like they're getting scared, they get injured, so they don't like they never really kind of came out from the second gear. So it's more of a like, okay, just a bit of like.
I was treated like a Conference League game, innit?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Well, I was going to say, what do you reckon the standard of LAFC is? Do you reckon it's like Conference League standard?
No.
Worse.
No. Worse.
Conference League group stage.
Yeah, but they can't be worse than Noah.
No, they're probably better than Noah.
If someone told me that was your Garden away, I'd believe it.
Yeah,
I would say Legia Warsaw.
I'd say your Garden are probably better than LAFC.
LAFC probably equivalent of Legia Warsaw.
Yeah, probably not by much.
I mean,
you look at that game, innit? Like, it was another one of those where we were our only real problem. Defense had nothing to do. Midfield had nothing to do. It was just our forwards being garbage again. Same story of Chelsea.
I mean, to be fair though, like if they had more quality in the final third, there's a couple of moments where we could have been in trouble. Like they did have maybe 2 or 3 opportunities, and against a better team, we might have been punished. But yeah, they just lacked quality all over the pitch.
Even that, though, we've said that enough Conference League games, so we just ain't taking it seriously. And that's what it felt like with this one. The way Maresca and, like, all the source have been speaking about fatigue and Chelsea trying to think about next season as well as the Club World Cup, I am not shocked at all the way that we played, because I bet Maresca just told them, don't take risks, don't do nothing too serious, don't exert too much energy. You guys are going to get a goal somewhere. Just get into halftime in the lead. I don't care past that. Because, especially Neto, for example, I believe that Maresca told Neto, don't even try to take anyone on like that. Because there's no way you get yourself in that position so many times and you pass the ball back like Prime Sancho. There's no way, unless it's managerial instructions. So I think the players were just told, don't do too much. It's only LAFC.
I mean, is anyone surprised really by how we played in that game? I don't think anyone, like for me, it didn't go any different to what I expected. It's the first game back after a couple of weeks off from the group being together. It's hot. It's the first game of a tournament. When do you ever play well in like the first few games of a tournament? You don't. I didn't see anything really that surprised me at all. It went exactly as I expected. It was a bit sluggish. First half was okay. We had some quality moments, and that told in the end. Second half wasn't particularly good until we got the second goal. But I always look at a tournament. It's not about how you start; it's about how you finish, isn't it? So, I think I have to accept that these probably first 2-3 games, the quality's not going to be all that.
No, I think as well that I'll echo to what you guys saying as well. But I feel like it's also the fact that they don't want to get injured that much, because at the end of the day, like you got Flamengo on Friday. And you have to think to yourself, like, what are we going to do to prepare ourselves for that game? Because I feel like that is the biggest test that we're going to have in this conference, the Club World Cup as well. So I don't really like the way that people just judging the getting scared to get injured as an excuse. But I don't really like that, because at the end of the day, LAFC logistically, like they travel a few hours away from Atlanta as well. So it's the same issue for all teams, but at the end of the day, like you just got to take what's in front of you.
No, I do think the pace was slow, and when I did the fan cams outside the stadium, like I expected a bit more positivity from a lot of the Americans, and they are like they want to find positives, but the impression I got from most of them, I'd say like 70% was, I'm happy we won, but it was a bit underwhelming. That's generally what people were saying. And I didn't say it because, I sort of held back and I went, welcome to my world. That's honestly how I felt. Because, I mean, that's what Maresca ball is, isn't it? It's get the job done, and it's about percentage plays. And percentage plays aren't always attractive, but if they work, then, you can't say something's bad if it works, right?
But also, this is like the first game of a tournament. Like, are we really doing this after a long season and that? Are we really, are people really, having a go at how we played? Like, don't get me wrong, it worked amazing.
It's not about having a go, Charlie, but I think that, even you'd be shocked how many of those 22,000 fans have traveled a ridiculous amount. I mean, still from America, but I'm talking 6, 7, 8 hour drives. They're coming from all over. So I think it's a bit like me, and I've had this argument a lot. It's not just about winning; it's about how you win. And we won, but it certainly wasn't convincing. I think that I don't know what your score predictions were, guys, or what you wanted. I did 5 or 6-0. That should be.
It was never.
I was more than 5 to 6, and I was at 7-0, 7-0.
Mate, it's LAFC.
I wasn't expecting that from our first preseason game.
I was expecting 3-0.
Let me ask you this as well. Do you look at this game as the start of a new season or the end of the old season? Because it feels here, at least to me, like it's just a continuation. I don't feel like we're refreshed or anything like that. We haven't even really had much rest.
Well, of course we're not refreshed. It's a continuation.
I don't know, because we're bringing in new signings and old loan players and everything. It's just like limbo. Who knows?
I mean, in terms of the stats, it counts. It goes on to last season's stats. They don't count for next season's stats. So from a stats perspective, whatever GA you get in this tournament will go to your GA from last season. So from that perspective, it's the same. It's the same season. But yeah, look, for me, I would probably look at it as a new season, because this is going to be the basis of our pre-season. This is going to be 3 quarters of the pre-season. And then the other pre-season will be the games against Bayer Leverkusen and AC Milan, what they announced today at Stamford Bridge at the start of August. So this is the bulk of the pre-season.
So I know we're playing Milan in Dublin. So we've got another game.
No, we're not playing Milan in Dublin.
Oh, yes, moved to England. We now have 2 games in 2 days. We've got Chelsea Leverkusen on the Friday and Chelsea Milan on the Sunday, both at the Bridge.
Yeah, because they want to test for the digital ticket.
So 2 days of fan cams on the weekend.
Yeah, Friday night and Sunday afternoon. But
are you going to go to them?
Yeah, why not?
I'll do one of them. Yeah,
you might as well.
Mate, Eric Ten Hag back at Stamford Bridge. Why not?
Yes. Oh, by the way, I think that was a good appointment.
And Loftus-Cheek as well. And Loftus-Cheek will be back.
Probably Maignan. Probably we're going to have Maignan by that point.
As well, and Pulisic. What more could you want?
Pulisic, Tomori as well, but I don't know if he's playing for Milan these days.
Yeah, Tomori's still there.
They're still there.
Is he a regular anymore, or is he?
I don't know.
The winner gets Mignon, the loser gets João Felix.
No. What it should be really is if we lose, we have to keep Sanchez, but if we win, we get Mignon, and Sanchez got to go to Milan. I think that's a fair play. You know,
a good play.
Winner gets Mignon match. That'll get some excitement going.
If we beat Milan, we'll pay the 25 million, and they have to take Sanchez and pay us. I'd say 10 million's fair deal for Sanchez, and if we lose, then we got to pay the 25 mil.
Well, I'm happy to lose and pay the 25.
Yeah, that works. To be fair, I still can't believe that Petrovic is not out here. I'm absolutely stunned.
Yeah.
I can't believe it. I've calmed down a little bit. Me and Lewis, we did a show when I was in Greece, and we were talking about the whole situation, and this is all on the recruitment now to show that we can progress in the right way. Because if Maresca doesn't have the tools, then you won't see any differences. I remember when we lost to Arsenal in pre-season, and Tuchel was a manager. He said we got the same problems because we've got the same players.
Yeah,
and truer words have never been spoken. Now, Maresca doesn't seem to, he's not quite as direct as Tuchel was, or blunt, but it's blatantly obvious what we needed. I do think that Lafc is going to be a great addition. I was really impressed, to be honest, from what I saw. I think he's the closest thing that we've got since we had Costa. I think he's the closest striker that we've had since that, in terms of having a physical presence, but also technical as well, and relatively pacey for a striker. I mean, I've definitely seen slower players. So I do think that he'll probably play quite a few minutes this season, and I don't think that anyone's expecting him to score 25 goals. But if you can get 15 from Lafc and 15 from Jackson, that makes up your 30 goals that you get from an Osimhen anyway. And for me, that's a win.
Yeah,
they
sure.
both had good games. Yeah. Seems like they might be getting the best out of each other. It's early days, isn't it?
Yeah, it was promising. Don't get me wrong. It was promising. He's intelligent. He holds the ball up well. He runs in behind. He's always he's always on the move. Look, it was positive. Good cameo. Well, he played about 25 minutes or so. It's a positive start, but I don't think we should be getting massively carried away just based off that. But we're purely talking about that. It was positive. He looked good. Maresca was saying after that, he doesn't want one player that scores 40 goals. He wants 4 or 5 that will score you 10 to 15. Now, obviously, you don't want to be reliant on someone for all your goals, but let's have a look at this, right? How many players have we got in the team that will score us 10 to 15 goals in the league? Jackson, Palmer, and Lafc. That's it. No one else is scoring 10 to 15 goals in the league.
Maybe Fernandez, to be fair.
I don't know in the league. I'm not sure in the league.
Cucurella, maybe.
Definitely.
What did he get this season? 6?
6, maybe.
I don't think he's far off then.
Not far off, but the point we're making is that on that just in the wide areas in general, the lack of quality in the wide areas is alarming. It really is a massive problem. And by the way, Neto was good last night, but he's never been a goal scoring winger in his career. I don't think that's going to suddenly just happen. Madueke is very hit and miss. He was very poor last night, and then George was terrible last night as well.
Oh, he was one of the worst.
They all were garbage.
Yeah, but then you look at the options we're linked with, right? And you link with a Gittins and a Fofana, and it's just like, well, hang on a second. How is that any better than anything we've got? And also, they are just they should be rotation/competition options. In what world is a Gittins or a Fofana an upgrade on what we've got and what we need on the left-hand side? They're just more squad options. We don't need squad options. What we need is someone to come into the first team, so that the likes of your Maduekes go from being a first-team regular to actually being the squad players. That's what we need. I know the market's not great, but surely we can't be sitting here and saying that Jamie Gittins or Malik Fofana is the answer to our problems on the left wing.
I do think that what you will get, especially from Gittins, is that directness. And I mean, his stats have shown that even compared to a player like Madueke, he loves his take-ons. He's very direct. He shoots a lot. So that's a good profile. I'm not talking just about quality.
Profile's good. Yeah, profile's good.
The profiles. In terms of Fofana, I haven't got a clue. I mean, can you guys tell me a little bit more about him?
I don't really watch much from League on days, but for me, I'm looking at those two options. Maybe Mohamed Kudus could come in and be that type of player that we've been linked with as well. So for me, it's like my ideal signing would be Kudus. Or
What about Fofana? I mean, what's he
Fofana,
like?
He was good in the Europa League. I think he scored against United in the Europa League.
Fofana's another similar profile, but he's got better decision making than Gittins and Garnacho.
Yeah.
His problem is he's probably a little bit weaker.
Yeah.
Right.
Gittins is a bit stronger. He's got more PMP to his game, and Garnacho's just garbage.
But the problem is, though, is like both those guys could do with staying another season at their clubs. Like a lot of these players leave too soon. Like they could probably benefit from staying another year. The problem is, though, if they stay another year and do really well, that price then goes up. So it's kind of the trade-off you're looking at. You know, you're thinking, right, they could do with one more year experience. Do we roll the dice that they might not do that well and the price stays the same? But if they do well, it goes up, and then we maybe have to pay like 30 million euros more than what we could have done if we got them in the first place. So look, there is a difficult trade-off there. But I get it, the market's not great, but you're going to look at, I think what's going to happen is you'll have Gittins or Fofana as the left wing option. And then we're looking for one like a versatile attacker. That's why we're linked with like Ekitike with Kudos. It'll be Gittins or Fofana plus one of Ekitike, Kudos or whatever. Or Joao Pedro is another name that gets mentioned. So I don't know. Like, I like Kudos, by the way. He wasn't great last season, but he gives you a lot of options across the front line.
Yeah. I mean, I don't think that we'll get that deal done, to be honest with you. I mean, we did offer a swap deal and West Ham immediately rejected it. But there is interest with Robert Sanchez. And I know that Dewsbury Hall's been linked with a couple of teams as well. West Ham is one of them. But I just don't think it's realistic. Not especially from a Chelsea perspective. I mean, unless they're looking to significantly reduce the squad and they're willing to, sacrifice transfer fees, and that's fair enough, because you're not going to make a profit on Dewsbury Hall, and you certainly won't make more than 25 million selling Robert Sanchez. But at least you can offload their wages and just replace it with more quality in a player like Kudos, who I think is going to be better for us commercially anyway, because when you sign top players, people want to buy their shirt, and they're intrigued to go and watch.
The only issue we have is that AFCON's in December, starts December next year. Oh, this year, sorry, December through to end. So you'd have no Kudos. If we sign Kudos, you'd then have no Kudos and no Jackson for about 6 weeks, potentially.
Right, I'm with you.
So I'm not saying you shouldn't sign someone because of AFCON, which happens every however many years, but that is something that might need to be considered, is that next season, if we have Kudos and Jackson, both of those guys are going to be missing. And that's 2/3 of your attacking options gone for maybe 6 weeks.
I don't know. I mean, if I had to pick between, what's the list? Garnacho, Gittins, Fofana, and Kudos, I think we can all agree Kudos would be number one. But
I think Kudos would really be on that list because he can't play on the left like the others.
He's not looking. Kudos won't be in the winger bracket. He'd be in that versatile forward bracket. In terms of an actual left wing, the names really Garnacho, Fofana, and Gittins.
I would move Neto to the left and then put Kudos on the right. That's the ideal scenario. That
Kudos was good on the right for West Ham. He's decent on the right.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, he'd be linking up with Palmer and right 10, right wing. You just have them interchange between each other.
No, that would be good, to be fair. Guys, just before we move on, I just want to give a shout out to our sponsors. Chelsea are going to be back in Philadelphia later on in the week. We're going to be playing Flamengo. So if you are feeling confident, build your own bet with 7bet. Scorers, bookings, corners, all in one go. You can even bet live while the game is on. And if we go 2 goals up, you get paid early. Check out 7bet.co.uk. Link in the description below. There's also going to be a QR code on screen, so scan that. 18 plus only. Bet responsibly. Be gamble aware. Okay, so check out 7bet, guys. I think in terms of the winger situation, it's pretty obvious what we need, but it doesn't seem like we have one player that's the shining light, if you want to call it that. It's like we've spoken about Manyan, and I think everyone can just see that's a great fit. But I can't say the same for the wingers. You know, I'm not upset if we sign Gittins. I'm not upset if we sign some of these other guys. But at the same time, I'm not going to sit here and
Garnacho.
Honestly, yeah, I'll probably go. Although, honestly, if we're being really serious here, they're asking for what? Let's just say 50 million for Gittins. So we get priced out of that deal. Let's just hypothetically. All right, for Fathur, too expensive, whatever. Imagine you can get Garnacho for 15 million pounds. Is that a deal that makes sense?
But that's never going to happen over 15 million.
Well, okay, 20 mil.
It's not going to happen either.
You don't think that
they're looking at 60 million for it?
They're not going to get that.
They'll get 40. Yeah, and I'd rather they keep negotiating for that. Malik Fofana's 42. I'll go get him. 42 million.
Yeah, I do think
get him.
I won't even touch Garnacho one bit. I won't even touch Garnacho one bit. I don't care if we offer 15.
Can barely dribble. He just spams shoot from everywhere and puts barely any of them on target. And his brother fucking, it's just annoying. It's fucking annoying.
No. We're not doing this. We're not touching Garnacho one bit. Let him go to Napoli. Let him go somewhere else. No.
With Gittins and Fofana, right? They're players that are probably 35 to 40 million. If you start paying more than 40, you should be looking at the next bracket up in terms of quality. If you're going to commit that much money, you should then move up a level in terms of targets. There's no point, really, for me, I think they are 35, 40 million pound players. If it starts getting more than 40, you might as well step up to the next level if you're prepared to commit that much money to someone. So, yeah, if we start getting priced out of deals at over 40 million for a Gittins or a Fofana, I think you need to be stepping up to the next level, the next bracket, and having a look at someone else. Issue is there isn't really that many more standouts out there. We know Nico Williams is not happening. He'll go to Barcelona. Rafa Leao's always one that gets mentioned. He's probably available. He would be better than what we've got, but again, there's a big lack of consistency with these guys. But you're looking at like them versatile forwards, right? Someone like an Ekitike, Kudos, Leao, etc. All these guys are going to cost you between 60 and 70 million quid. So it's going to be a big expenditure. Even Joao Pedro probably cost you about 60 mil. So you're looking at 60, 70 million, whether it's Leao, Ekitike, Kudos, or Pedro. So there's going to be a big expenditure in that attacking position this summer if we want to actually get someone.
Be interesting to see if they renew as well, because I know that. I mean, we've obviously heard about the Manyan deal, and maybe Chelsea will just wait until his contract expires. And by the way, like if we sign him on a free, like we'll still be very happy. But
fair play. If we sign him on a free,
it's underwhelming nonetheless that we have to.
I'm not waiting until next season with him.
No, we can't wait till next season. We can't do that.
But I think that's the way Clear Lake are probably looking at it now, because I don't see them budging on price. I don't see it.
Of course they're not.
No, they're idiots. We need to be going for the league title this season, and they're fucking penny pitching over 8 million for Mignon, but they want to change their price tag 3 times for Jamie Gittins, who's not proven. Fucking idiots.
Do you know what's mad, right? Is that if we didn't own Petrovic, right, and he just had that season at Strasbourg, we'd spend 25 million on him. That's the thing that's mad. That's the thing that doesn't make sense, is that we would literally be signing Petrovic right now ourselves, probably. But we've got him and we're looking to get rid of him. But what happens if no one bids the 25 mil that we want? Do we send him on loan? Does he come back in and he suddenly plays again? Like, what's going on here? I just don't get it, because he's exactly the sort of goalkeeper that if we didn't own him, we'd be looking to sign him. It just none of it really makes any sense.
I do think if there's one part of the team that I'm pretty happy with at the moment, but I still obviously want to see reinforcements, probably at least 2, is defensively. I thought we were pretty good defensively yesterday. I know we didn't have a lot to do, but I looked at Tosin, I looked at Colwell. I thought Colwell was brilliant. I thought he was really good. Not that he was massively challenged, but everything that came at him, he dealt with it really well. We were recovering the ball. I was a little bit worried when Giroud came on, just bringing back memories, because he was a great player for us.
I'll be real, I forgot he was playing the whole second half.
Yeah, he didn't do much. They didn't make the most of
when you see a player and you kind of, your eyes are just dragged to them because you know who they are and obviously what they've done.
You're getting that flashback, do you? You're getting that flashback.
Yeah, it's nostalgia. Is that the right word?
Yeah.
So I don't know, but yeah, I mean, he didn't do much. I mean, him and Loris, they've got to be in their 40s now, right?
It's not going to be. It's not going to be far away. I reckon Giroud is about
38.
Yeah, I think he's 38. Yeah, he must be 38. How old is
Loris? I reckon Loris is in his 40s. I think he's 40 now. He's been old for a while.
They're both the same age. They're both 38. Yeah.
Oh, fair enough. Well, I mean, Loris, that was familiar. That's the way I would describe that. Watching the ball go in the back of the net from his side. Many good memories of watching that. Do you remember when we played Pochettino's Tottenham and I think Loris ran out and Trippier scored an own goal? Do you remember that?
Yes, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That was my first season as a season ticket holder.
Was it?
Yeah, 18-19.
You know, if I'm not wrong, when we won that game against Tottenham, that was my birthday as well. So good memories watching Loris at the bridge, because most of the time it was pretty comfy. So fair play though, you got to get the bag at some point. And you know, one thing I will say is that I know people criticize American fans, and I guess in terms of the Chelsea section, we can talk about that. But the LAFC fans are unreal. And like, I'm not sitting here saying that they're anything like Warsaw or Betis, just different culture, isn't it? So you don't expect them to bring the flares and all the rest of it. But what you do want to see is, A, are they supporting, you know, are they being vocal? And B, are they maintaining it? And they did. The whole match. I mean, some of the chants were a little bit strange, especially when they got their flashlights on their phone and they started bringing it up, putting it down and waving a little bit. I thought,
mate, would the fans sat together? I saw a scene on the TV. There was some LA fans sitting with Chelsea fans.
I think there were bare tickets that was, I don't know, allocated in the wrong seat as well. Just because I feel like the FIFA doing this stuff just to make out that it should be a full stadium, but it's not that full.
No, I mean, the stadium's beautiful. It's great. When you walk in, I mean, talk about American. You literally walk in, and in any like English stadium, obviously you're in the concourse and you have to walk up the stairs to see the pitch. When you walk into the stadium at Atlanta, you can see the pitch as soon as you've walked in.
It's got open plan, is it?
Well, there's a section of it which is open plan, and I mean, honestly, it is incredible, but it's a little bit it's totally different. Like, let's just say you wanted to, because I know you quite like recording the warm-up sometimes, Charlie. You know, I don't know if you put that on your vlogs or anything like that, but it's difficult to do it though, because there's music playing all the time. So obviously you get done for copyright if you do anything like that. So that's a little bit annoying. And even when you leave the stadium to go into the concourse, because it's so open, it's not actually any quieter, so you can't get away from the noise. I mean, the prices are, as you would expect,
they're a joke.
Pretty expensive. We got, what was it? 2 beers, a water, a mac and cheese, and some chips.
Oh, $50, I reckon.
Yeah. $55. Yeah.
Fuck you, no.
Not that.
So, mate, I mean, some of the.
But you know what? By the way, just on prices, this is slight side tangent. But I was at O2 the other night. £4 for a bottle of water. £4.
Mate, Baller League, they're ripping you off, man.
Mate, I couldn't believe it. £4.10 for water.
How was Baller League?
It was good, mate. Seeing Henri there, it was decent.
Yeah, I saw you got a picture with him. I'll be honest, Charlie, I am sold on it. I do think that I would go and watch it.
Mate, Tammy Abraham's
brother. It seems like a fun night.
Yeah, it's all right, to be fair. Yeah, Tammy Abraham's brother was there. He was playing for one of the teams. He's quite decent. They're not. I don't think they're not pros or anything. They're just decent players.
But the way I'd look at Baller League, though, I would push the season back a couple of weeks. Why not do Baller League when the Premier League season's not on? Because otherwise you're going to clash with Monday Night Football. I know that there's not that many Monday Night Footballs, but I don't think
it's not really that audience, though. I think it's probably I don't know.
Much audience out there.
Yeah.
Because if it was in the summer when Chelsea were playing abroad and I wasn't going, I'd go and watch Baller League.
Yeah.
How much was your ticket?
How much was it? I think it was like £40 or something. But you're there for 4 hours and there's like 5 matches.
Do you get bored watching like the football itself?
No, because it's a bit different, isn't it? It's something different. I mean, if I went every single week, maybe it's a bit repetitive. But like as a one-off thing, it's not bad. I mean, Will Smith was there.
Yeah. What was he doing there?
And that is the finals as well. It was for entertainment purposes. I feel like it's the president of the Baller League. Can I invite him to the?
Yeah. It was the finals. I mean, I don't know if I'd go to like just the regular
basis now.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. They're going to have one in America as well, right?
Probably. They started in Germany. They've got Germany, UK. They'll probably expand out. Yeah.
Wait, so Baller League was a thing before it come to England?
Yeah. It started in Germany.
If Germany started.
I had no idea. Fair enough. But yeah, just going back onto prices, like, yeah, it's not a cheap country if you want to live in America or come out here like as a football fan, like even in the pubs, mate. The Atlanta fan club, I think the name of the pub is the Beer Garden.
Yeah.
They don't serve pints. You buy beers in liters. Liters. So you can either get a half a liter for what is it, like $14?
Half a liter is 500 ml, so that's like a bottle, really, isn't it?
Yeah, well, it's like how do I describe, like a Viking cup. That's
they're well heavy as well. You have to do like two-hander them, yeah.
And then you can get a liter for about $22. I don't know what's the equivalent of a liter in pints.
2 pints, maybe. It's a liter, 2 pints.
Well, if $22, I mean the conversion in pounds is probably like what, 18 quid. So that's £9 a pint if it's 2 pints.
That is extortionate.
No, mate, one pint is half a liter apparently.
Okay, so it's two. Yes, it's the equivalent of £9 a pint. Yeah, that's quite a lot.
Oh, no, that's incorrect. Sorry, that's definitely wrong. 1 liter is roughly 1.75 pints. So just under 2 pints is 1 liter.
Oh, so it's not even a full 2 pints.
No.
And to be fair, when they gave me the first beer, like one of the guys was really nice. He bought me the beer, but I got the head. The head was that big. I was like, you're not going to cut that off. And I felt a bit like awkward because if it was just a random English pub, you'd just
tell it
off. Yeah, but I was like, nice carpet floor in here, and I was like, bloody hell, I don't know if I want to mess it up. All the Americans then said, nah, smell it, mate. It all smells of beer. You'll be fine. So I was like, okay. But no, they were lovely, mate. It was good. And then we saw, I bumped into George Benson. I bumped into Alex Goldberg as well. They were good fun. I've met George before, but I never met Alex.
I saw him first game of the season last year.
Oh, you met him as well?
Yeah, he was at City at home.
Was he?
Did he go to?
Yeah, I just saw him at the Cock and Tavern for a little bit.
I never really go to the Cock and Tavern.
Yeah, neither do I. I just happened to be there for a little bit, flying visit.
Yeah. No, it's good. If there's one thing that I've learned out here, not that I didn't know it already, because I think we kind of all do, is it's just how big Chelsea are and like how much of an impact the club has over throughout the world. You look at what this club has done for so many fans all over the globe, and you've got fan clubs, people waking up at God knows what time to watch the games, and just remaining committed to the cause. I met the guys from the London is Blue podcast as well. I don't know if you've ever seen that one.
Oh yeah.
They've got quite a large.
There were a few that went to the Conference League final. That was also.
I mean, to be fair though, like, imagine getting up. Imagine let's look at some of the games we've been to over the last couple of seasons that have been absolutely shit. Imagine getting up at like 3:30, 4 a.m. to watch some of the shit matches we've gone to.
Mate, it's bad. Like I've tried.
Yeah, that's horror, isn't it? That's terrible.
Mate, I honestly felt like falling asleep after a full night. Imagine missing out on half of your sleeping schedule just to watch that anyway. So big respect to all fans. Who has it the worst? It's got to be Australia, hasn't it?
Yeah.
The Australia. I don't know. What's the time difference there? 15 hours?
Fuck knows. It's like 12.
It's about 10 hours. Right now, it's about 10 hours. Roughly.
That's brutal. So big up to everyone watching from abroad. But I do respect a lot of the American fans. I know that it's different in terms of like singing culture, atmosphere. I mean, it's just not really an American thing. But one thing that I've definitely learned is that there's a lot of people that really.
Oh, by the way, what was the? Because I don't know what you lads thought of it on the TV. they've got to bin off that individual walkouts for players.
Oh, mate.
That was horrible to watch. It's like
no, they just want to perfect it a little bit. Why are they all
Lewis,
just walking
what are you
out like
about?
It's like no.
If you don't see one just walking just behind another one 5 seconds away.
It feels like
make it a proper entrance.
Bridge.
There was no music, was there? Was there music for them coming out?
They're doing this way
it was
too
like
much,
a WWE entrance.
Yeah,
but like, that's the thing. If you're gonna go in and do all of that, perfect it. Why is one just creeping up behind the other 5 seconds away from it?
And the thing is,
like,
as well,
it's more entrance. Make it their entrance. You're going to see them get more creative with it by the knockout rounds.
You should just be able to pick your own song as a player and come out to it. That would be better.
They're making it like the U shape. When you walk out and then you have to go all the way around, and then you have to handshake from there to there.
To what?
When you handshake your opponent. You seen that?
Oh, what? Like the little handshake in the middle?
Yeah.
Mate, what was it like in the stadium? Because it looked terrible on TV. Was it shit?
The stadium's lovely, but
no, was it shit in the entrance thing? Was the entrance thing shit?
It was crap.
Yeah.
I mean, you've got 22 players there, and honestly, I'm looking at all the players coming on, and I was like, I don't wear a watch, but let's just imagine I do. I was like, they're still fucking going. It's like,
at least it was timed well for kickoff.
Lewis, imagine if. So you're saying you don't want them to be, 5 seconds apart, or whatever. So imagine if it was a minute. You'd be 22 minutes just for the players to walk on.
Yeah, you'd have to start them coming out at like 7:40 for an 8 p.m. kickoff.
Let one of them do their entrance. Have the other person wait until they're like done. I think it looks a bit awkward, and you just have one awkwardly walking 5 seconds away from the other, like they're socially distanced.
Is each one announced individually?
Yes, that's what I'm saying. It's weird. It's just weird.
Apparently, there was some booze when Sanchez's name got pulled up. Was that true or not?
No.
Someone in my chat said that.
Not really. No, not really. No, there wasn't.
That would have been a bit peak.
No, I mean, like one thing that I heard a few new chants. That maybe we can bring back to England. There's a few creative ones in there. What was the first one? Chelsea.
Yeah.
Chelsea.
We can add that to the list of them.
We can add that to the list. Slight variation.
Oh no,
mate! As soon as the referee blowed the whistle on some of those fouls, I heard some of the American fans. They were trying to go wanker, wanker, but they were going wanker, wanker. It's loving it.
Oh, they're getting involved.
They were giving it a good go. Some of them they were giving it a good go. I did find it funny. Like, the only annoying thing about it was I was right on the end, by the stairs, and fucking hell, some of these people have no awareness. Like, you've got girls and blokes, and like, fair play to them. This is a good experience, but they're literally, the game's on, and they're standing there posing for photos, and they've got someone, and people are like, "Can you sit down, please? I can't see."
Yeah, mate, it's all about it's for the gram, mate. They don't care about the game.
Right, honestly. So that was a little bit annoying, and when we got our beers and I had my mac and cheese, someone bumped into me and I spilled the beer and it went in the mac and cheese.
Oh, that could have been a good addition, though. Might have been quite nice.
I still ate it and it was still pretty good. So it was like an alcoholic mac. Well, it was an alcoholic mac and cheese. There you go. But yeah, apart from that, it was good. Like, again, if you come out here thinking that it's going to be anything like European football, you're gonna go back disappointed. So you kind of know what you're getting when you come to America. You're going to get great hospitality. The food's really good out here as well. Like, people are friendly. Again, this is specific to Atlanta. I've heard that when you go to Philly and New York and these other places, it's not like this. There's this thing called Southern hospitality. So basically, in the north of England, everyone's really nice, but then when you go south, like, people aren't as friendly. In America, it's the opposite. Apparently, south people are nice, and when you go up north, it's like the south.
Mate, you're gonna have to get the Philly cheese steak in Philly. You can't go there and not have one of them.
Is that the iconic dish?
I think so. Yeah.
What have I had here? I'm trying to think. Like, have I had anything that's? I'll be honest. Like, I haven't really branched out that much. I had like a full. I don't know if it's an.
No, you must have done some American pancakes.
I would recommend some of the local foods as well. Like,
Have you been to America?
No, because I've heard a few stories about it as well. Because you got someone that lives in America, like the New York Chelsea boys I talk with. I think you met him also. Carefree Cammy that went there as well. So yeah, I've had a few.
Do you know what you should do? You need to go to like one of them pancake places, right? When I was in LA, like about 4 or 5 years ago, I went to one and I tried to get on the wall for like this. There's this like
pancake, you have to, eat all the food.
I couldn't finish it, and like I literally felt so ill, mate. I couldn't eat for the rest of the day.
To be fair, Charlie, you don't strike me as a big eater.
No, well, I got close. I got about 3/4 of it. But maybe you should try that.
How big are we talking here?
Oh, mate, massive. Like the pancakes, they're like this thick, and they're like the size of a massive plate, and there's about 5 of them.
Oh, they're stacked on top of each other.
Yeah.
Do you know what? That is good fun, though. I can
imagine. It is good fun. If you're prepared to feel sick and not eat for the rest of the day, then yeah, give it a go. You might get on the wall, mate.
Yeah, I mean, funny you mention it as well. Like one of the games earlier in the season, you know who was at the bridge? Man versus Food.
Oh yeah, he's not. But the thing is, he's not even that fat though.
He's a Tottenham fan.
Yeah, but he's not that fat, is he? Surprisingly,
he got a spot in London.
Yeah, he does have there's a Man v Food restaurant in London. I don't know what it's called. Yeah, he has got one.
I haven't got a clue. But no, food's been good. I can't really judge. I've only been at my second, third day.
Are you doing the whole tournament or just the group?
No, I'm leaving on the 5th of July, so I'll spend the 4th of July here. So that'd be cool. So I'll be able to see the last 16 match.
Oh,
I won't be here for the quarters. I'll be on the plane when they're playing the quarterfinal. Do you know what? Now that I'm here, I do kind of regret that I'm not staying for longer. But at the same time, it's like
you got enough time to push the flight back if you need.
Do you know? The problem is I'm self-employed, so while I'm away, I don't make any money. So I can't really afford to take more time off. So I don't get paid for like being on holiday or anything like that. So there is a part of me that's like, just suck it up, Alex. You'll be fine. But at the same time, yeah, got to pay the bills. But Rachel will be flying out for the last week, so she'll come to Florida. So we're driving up literally in the next sort of half an hour after we finish this pod. We're going to go to Charlotte, stay there. Then we're going up to Washington. I'm desperate to get like a MAGA hat, but instead of Make America Great Again, I want to get Make Chelsea Great Again, and I want to wear that outside the White House and record a video about Chelsea. That would be like.
Mate, where are you going to get a Make Chelsea Great Again hat from, though?
CB. He knows some CB.
CB, man. He'd have one.
Who's CB?
He's another streamer. He does the whole Make Chelsea Great Again thing.
Where does he live?
Is he American?
No,
he lives in England.
Oh, he lives in
England. He moved to Dubai. No, he moved to Dubai.
He moved to Dubai.
He moved to Dubai. A few weeks, like.
Really? I thought he was just on holiday there.
I doubt that. I think he lives now. There.
Fair enough. Well, listen, if I can find anything, I'll wear it because I'm going to do a video by the White House. It's happening.
Mate, I might not let you to be
Chelsea news outside the White House. Right, Donald. What's your thoughts on the links to Jamie Gittins?
Mate, imagine he'd have no idea.
I'm sure. Oh, well, I'm not going to get fucking near him, am I? So there you go. But no, I just think it's cool. Like one thing I would say just before we round it out, America's just massive. Like everything here is big, and like when I landed into Atlanta, I was like, just looking at the houses, mate. Everybody had a garden. Everyone had like a big space by their house. It wasn't like, you've got the terrace houses and then you're semi-detached. None of that. They're all detached, fully detached. I don't know. Maybe we just flew over a nice part, but just couldn't believe the size of some of the houses. And when I say that, I'm not talking about like mansions here that there's just one bloke with a big house. I mean, I'm talking hundreds and hundreds of houses. So it must be like relatively normal around this neck of the woods, but I don't know. But so next time we do our pod, I'll be in Philadelphia, so I'll keep you posted on that. But I I think that we'll probably get knocked out in the quarters by PSG. Just to finish it off, boys. I mean, what's your predictions?
Yeah, if it all goes to plan, we're scheduled to face PSG in the quarters, and that'll probably be end of the road. So I think quarterfinals.
I think for me, it's like my heart's saying that I would love to see us go all the way. I think, you know what, if one-off game against PSG, you never know, you know. But I feel like the furthest that we can go probably semis. But yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if we get knocked out in the quarters.
We winning the whole thing, bruv. Up the Chelsea. Up the Chelsea.
There you go. Well, listen, big up to you, boys. Really appreciate your time. Guys, subscribe to Lewis's channel and Charlie's channel. We'll leave them in the description. You can follow Fathur on Instagram or Twitter as well if, you know. What's your Twitter, Fathur?
Yeah.
Do you not know what it is?
You don't know what your own Twitter is?
Oh, I changed it, like FFTHZ878, lad. So I've made a change because someone trying to give me some death messages. But yeah, gotta be careful. Gotta be careful with these guys, honestly.
I'm sending Fathur death messages stuff.
Yeah, man.
That's crazy.
That's not good.
No.
All right. Well, maybe don't follow Fathur then. Fair enough. Well, listen, big up to everyone. Appreciate your time. Guys, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already as well. We are on the road to 250. So let's get there as quickly as we can. Appreciate your time and all the best.